Grow My Cleaning Company teaches owners of cleaning companies just like you how to grow your company, make more money, and finally take charge of your financial future and your life. This podcast is about automating and creating systems that give you time and money freedom so you can grow like crazy without losing control. Since this is totally free, if you're getting tons of value, want to support us and make sure that you get more of the good stuff, subscribe, rate, and review to this podcast today. Now, on to the show. All right, we are now on. You guys may notice my bride looks slightly different today, and her office looks different in that it's not my bride at all. Mary's like, I did not sign up for anything close to this. I just thought we were going to talk.
I know it's Valentine's Day and all, but
well, you're still blind. You're still blonde. You're still pretty. So you're close to my bride, but a couple states away and not at all my bride. This is Mary Calvary. She is, aside from being a very nice human being, one of the cool people that I've had so much fun with in our Clean Profit program. She's got a very cool story, even though she's lying to me and telling me it's boring. And I wanted to share her story with everybody. So we'll dive into with some real questions. But before we do, I will just shut up for 2 seconds and let Mary introduce herself and say anything she wants to you, Cleaning Nation. Go for Mary.
Oh, thanks, Mike.
My pleasure.
I am Mary Calverley. I'm the owner of Facility Concierge Services. We do Class A office space. We kind of keep in our niche of office cleaning, and we're having a great time doing what we do. We have about 35 part-time employees. We're cleaning about 1 million square feet a night, so we have a lot of fun out here. And I'm very excited to have met Mike. I listen to his podcast in the morning while I'm running, and then just got more and more intrigued and just really wanted to dive into some of the things that he teaches in Clean Profit Method, and very glad that I've had the opportunity to meet you. So,
thank you. So honestly, as much as I wanted to have Mary on because she's very successful, she's very bright, and I always like to, when I find people that are doing it right and kind of running companies that I would be proud of to run, and I want to show off to the world. So that was probably 30% of it. 70% was I just love her culture and how she does it. So I'm going to, a lot of stuff I feel like I'm constantly preaching at. And when I see someone doing it, I'm like, I'll just shut up and let Mary kind of talk about how it is. So we'll get to all that. But let's start with this, because I like, what I don't like doing is having everyone on that's just like kicking butt and taking names. Everyone's like, well, Mary's smart and she's so successful and I'll never get there, and just bum them out. So we're going to kind of go over the whole package from where we started, where you're at, and we'll end with you kicking butt and taking names. But I want to give a little context. So before we worked together, kind of what wasn't working? What were you struggling with? What made you kind of reach out and be like, dang it, I got to do something different? And hello, Amanda Webb from AW Cleaning LLC. Go ahead, Mary.
I think what intrigued me the most is listening to, there were a lot of things that as I listened to you that I thought I was doing right. And I'm like, wow, maybe I am a little bit smarter than I give myself credit because I'm doing these things. But then there were things that, I knew that I wasn't really doing well, and I was struggling trying to figure it out. And when you don't really have anywhere to turn to, I'm like, what he's saying, I get what he's saying. I liked everything that I was hearing. And I knew that there were things that, you're just not going to get from the podcast that I really needed to tap into. We do office space. We've grown very quickly. So there were a lot of things that we were doing right. But what I really wanted to do was, I think my biggest struggle, and I think we all struggle with it, is our hiring, our turnover, our what are we doing wrong? I found myself doing things that I had said I would never do. I will never be, that company that does this. And then I found myself slowly creeping into, oh my God, I just need a body. Okay, I know I'm not supposed to be doing this, but I'm just going to have to do it. And I just couldn't figure it out on my own. And coming into this group, coming into this community, and seeing that I'm not the only person struggling with, because I would beat myself up. Like, why can't I can figure all this stuff out, but why haven't I figured this one out? So that's where my pain was, and where I think all of our pain is staffing, hiring, and the amount of time and energy that we use just to try to find the right people to come out and, be a part of what we're trying to do.
Couldn't agree more. It's funny to watch the stages kind of be very simplistic from like 0 to 100,000 in revenue. It's just how on God's green earth can I get a customer and another customer, and just basic stuff. And from that 1 to 250, we kind of transitioned. I still need customers, but this employee thing, that's a trick. And once we get over 500, almost everybody I talk to, certainly over 1 million, is employees. Not that customers aren't important or we don't work on that, but the pain is almost always, how do I get and keep? It's almost like we're competing more for the good talent than we are for the good employee or the good customers. Like if we get the good talent, we know we can get the good customers. But has that been your experience?
It has. And I mean, I do invest a lot of my time into my employees. And I think that really has helped us be in the situation that we are. But, it's when you're trying to take it on to the next level. It's like, okay, how did I do this so quickly? Where did I find all these people? Where did I do this? And now how did I hit a brick wall? Like, what just happened here? And you get to the point where, I was at the point where, okay, I need to just put the brakes on. I need not to take on any more work until I really figure out, because I'm not going to let my existing client base suffer because Mary can't get the right people in place. And, you want to keep your existing clients. You need to keep them. Those are your revenue. That's what's coming in. And you can't let those suffer because you're trying to grow. And you can't grow if you can't get the right people to come on board and to be part of, the community, the culture that you're trying to build.
So funny. The people that are the best often at what they're doing are the most open to getting more coaching and getting more help, and the hardest on themselves. And the people that need the help and think they're doing great are usually, they think nothing's ever gone wrong and they're fantastic. So I love your humility. And really quick, just to say, everybody, first of all, Brian, you're so welcome. Diane wants to know how to get a t-shirt. We don't even sell them. We just give them to certain people. So Diane, if you ask really nice to Natalie, she might be able to sort something out. Kim and Jason Miller are on the podcast. They're separate. Usually they're together. So I get to say hello separately. I got to say, Jason just did his first Facebook Live because he's in my Millionaire Mastermind group. And I love him. I'm going to give the one and only time I allow someone to pitch something on my deal. Jason, if you are able to put the link to your Facebook Live you just did, I would love you to do that for a couple of reasons. One, because I love Jason and Kim. They're amazing. Two, because these Facebook Lives have been great. It's great for me to connect with my community, and I coach some of the folks that we work with to do those as well. And if you want to see an example of someone in the community doing that, check out Jason's Facebook Live. He did great. So proud of him. Anyway, and then Alan says, thank you. You're so welcome, Alan. Gary wants to know if we have a t-shirt bazooka shooter. Gary, if I could get one that would go across state lines, even if it was thousands of dollars, I would buy that thing. But I don't know that it exists, and if I had it, I would probably hurt myself and others. So we have no t-shirt bazooka shooters. But at the next live event, I need to find one of those to wreak havoc. All right. So talk to me about kind of what other things have you tried? Because I'm always trying to look for ways to get the community to be able to do better. What have you tried that worked, that didn't work? Give us some of your best and worst things so people can go, oh, maybe I'll try that, or maybe I'll absolutely avoid that because I don't want to go wrong.
I've done the job fairs. I've done the, beating the pavements. I have employee referral programs. I've done sign-on bonuses. I've done all of that. And again, it really didn't change a whole lot. The job fairs never brought anything except for me sitting and meeting people. And that's always fun. But, that wasn't my goal. My goal wasn't there to network with the other companies that are with me dying on the line, waiting for somebody to appear. Like we would see somebody in and we're all like staring at that person walking in.
Here's what I'm doing that's not working. What are you doing that's not working?
Yeah, exactly. And then we're all, ready for a drink at the end of it. Like, oh my gosh, did we just really put ourselves through this again? So, that really hasn't worked. I have done back-to-back interviews where I just plan a day and just bring people in and spending hours and hours and hours of my time, talent, and just wasting away, people not showing up. talking to people, begging them to come in, you know.
Threatening them to start.
Yeah, but from the January 1, I said, okay, I'm not doing this anymore. I am going to go and do what Mike, suggests. And I have been doing that. And I will tell you now, I'm spending probably 3 hours max on hiring a week. That's it. I don't talk to anybody anymore. I don't phone screen. I don't do any of that. I send out invitations. I look and I ask a couple things, and if they spark my interest, and sometimes they don't even spark my interest, but I send them an invitation anyways, because you never know. Maybe they just don't write well, or maybe they don't answer questions well. So I'll send them out. But then, it's only the middle of February, but I've been doing them faithfully every week. And I will say that the people that have come through the door, I have hired, and with the exception of 2. They just totally weren't a fit. But by the time they get to my door and sit down in front of me, I have been pleased with everybody, and they're all out working, and they've been doing fantastic, and they love our culture. They love what we're doing. They love, being part of our team. So,
and I got to tell you, our system works, but Mary's culture is super, and actually not just Mary's, but like Jason and Kim, another great example of culture that supercharges it. It makes something that works good for everybody work phenomenal. So I love Mary, because your results are going to be even better than most, just because you're the real deal. You've got something to offer. You're a legitimate place that people want to work. So what I hear you saying is, couple things. One is you've got the whole hiring system down in about 3 hours a week. 2, the people that you're having to or getting to interact with are higher caliber, so you don't have to like wade through a bunch of knuckleheads to get to like this needle in the haystack, diamond in the rough. How many staff do you have, and about how many are you hiring a month, just so we kind of know what that looks like for you?
Well, I mean, our turnover rate has significantly gone down. I'm continuing though, but I'm using these candidates that are coming in to kind of weed out the people that, not that I have a lot of them. I really do have a great team. I'm very fortunate in the people that I have, but not all of them are a fit. Not all of them share the same values that I want my organization to share. So even if I don't have a hole, I'm still interviewing. I'm not turning off my ad. I've had it in my schedule. This is when I'm doing this. On Tuesday nights at 5:30, my group interview is starting, and whoever comes, we've had storms the last 2 Tuesdays. We've had ice storms. I still have gone. I didn't cancel because I'm like, I want to see who's going to come, to my door in an ice storm. And if they come through my door and they want to sit down and talk about a job, I mean, they're hired. I mean, they're going out. So I had one guy, he's like, I just want to work for you. And I'm like, you want to hop in my truck right now? I'm going to take you out to a building. I mean, I didn't, of course, but he was ready. He's like, yeah, I'll go. And
that I love that you bring that out in them. Joe Lou saying, what are some of the questions that you're asking them? And I don't want to get a ton into the details, but Joe Lou, I know you're in the Clean Profit program, so I promise you, we will help you craft. There's a bunch of sample questions. We'll help you craft yours and get into that. The key to the questions are, you want them to be core values based, not cleaning based. So many people get into, how much experience do you have? Can you write a resume? A bunch of weird things that may or may not matter. So we want 20% of it to be important things that are minimum qualifications, right? Like if you require they have their own vehicle or driver's license or legal to work or can pass a drug test or whatever the minimum standards you have, we certainly want to get those in on the interview process. And you got to put them in the right place, by the way, not just anywhere. But the bulk of the questions, 80% or more, should be all core values based, because part of the reason I love Mary and we get along so well is we have very similar core values, right? So if I were to work for her or she were to work for me, I think we'd partner really well, because instead of trying to make her be this human that she's not, which would make her resent me and me frustrated working with her, I can just blow, or she could just blow the wind in my sails, and we already believe the same thing. So she can encourage me to be greater at who I am, as opposed to try and twist me who I'm not. So short answer is, make sure those questions are core value based, not technical state. Dina says ARMS. I have no idea what ARMS means, Dina. You're just talking crazy out there, woman. Dina's also in our program. I love her. All right. So I always like asking this of folks that have been through the program so we can kind of get value for everyone. What was the first thing that I asked you to do within the program, hiring or otherwise, doesn't matter, that you were maybe a little skeptical of, a little like, I don't know, that sounds scary. And you said, I'm just going to do it anyway. And by golly, it actually worked, or you actually got some results.
The first thing you gave me, because right after I joined the Clean Profit, I kind of had a devastating event happen.
Oh my God! And by the way, hold on, I got to brag on Mary. I'm not going to.
Homework was to read this.
Oh, yeah. So hold on, I gotta take a minute to brag on you. I'm not going to get into the. Now, Dina's just mentioning random things, arms and legs. You're confusing the crap out of me, Dina. What is going on over there? So I want to brag on Mary for 2 seconds. I'm not going to give you the details of her story. She can do that if she chooses. But just like she said, when she came into our group, within a week, I think, just pretty earth-shattering thing happened in her business that had been years and years building. And I really watched you, Mary, because a lot of people would use that as an excuse of, well, now I can't do the work, or now I can't. There's just, it would have been a negative, and everything would have been bad. And it would have broken my heart, because I see the potential in you, and there's so many people that would have done that wrong. I love that Mary doubled down and said, you know what, this has nothing to do with my goals and my commitment to those goals, and I'm going to do what I need to do. And sometimes life's going to make it easy, and sometimes life's going to make it hard. Frankly, I don't care. I got to do what I got to do. And I was so proud of you doing not only the mindset work, but the tactical work. And if any of you out there, don't blow up her email, but if any of you out there want to know what it looks like to be successful, that is it. This woman in front of you that you're looking at, of, I'm going to do what it needs to do. I got things to do, and I just can't deal with circumstances or let circumstances be an excuse. And I was so proud of you for that. And anyway, so I'll let you answer the question, but I just wanted to brag on you for a second. So what's the big thing I asked you to try, even when it was scary? And Mary had, whatever excuse you have, Mary had tenfold. I'm just going to leave it at that. Yeah. What's the first thing that you tried and got some results?
The first thing you gave me to do was really sit down and define my core values, because as much as I had my core values, it wasn't that I had fully engaged and incorporated them into my company. So I had all of this stuff in me, and there were pieces of it that I brought out and I looked for, but I really I wasn't running my company with those core values. And I will say that I talk about our company's core values on a daily basis with my existing employees and anybody that I talk to, my equipment suppliers, my paper suppliers, no matter who they are. And I know that in my world, that when somebody says my name, that they are going to immediately know what my core values are and who I am. And so if something is said or something is heard, they'll be like, you must be talking about somebody else, or you must be talking about a different company, because that's not who they are. And it is so consistent across the board with, everybody that I come into contact, and my employees come into contact. We have a very good reputation for how we treat everybody that we come into contact with, whether it's a building owner, a property manager, a tenant, a visitor, whoever we're coming into contact. I have a lot of people out during the day in high-profile buildings that we're the face when they come into the building. It's not the person who owns the building. It's not the property management company. It's my cleaning technicians. It's my uniform. They associate us with that building. So it's so important, and it's very evident in my interviews. Another thing that, I've really, and I know a lot of us use Indeed, I would strongly recommend getting your employees to put reviews and talk about your culture, put that on Indeed, because I've noticed that as I'm interviewing people each week, that's the first thing when I ask them, what brought you here? What brought you to a cleaning job? Because a lot of them don't even have experience. Why did you come here? And they said, because we saw your company, we saw the reviews, we see how your employees are talking about the company, and we wanted to be part of it. So they're walking in the door already wanting to be a part of who we are.
It's a huge competitive advantage.
It is. Huge. It really is.
All right, so I'm gonna put you on the spot, and I can't wait to hear because I've forgotten. What are your core values? What is Mary Calvary all about?
Be sincere, never give up, treat people right, finish what you start. So
who wouldn't want to work at that place? Who wouldn't want to be at a place where I'm going to be sincere? We finish where we start. That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, and guess what? It goes across, and I've worked with marketing companies, and they start writing the same thing, integrity, just they write this stuff, and I'm like, no, that's not who I am. Like, you're writing core values, and that's not even me. Yes, I do have integrity, but it can go across all. It's who you are. It's if you can't treat people right, how are you going to work on a team? How are you going to work with 10 or 12 other cleaning technicians? How are you going to be when you have people come in and they interrupt what you're doing? And it's just your clients, you need to treat them right. You need to be able to be sincere. You need to own up to your mistakes. We're not perfect. Go to them. You make a mistake, go to them first. Don't let them come to you. You want to go with your hat in your hand and say, look, we messed up, or, we could do that. It just really makes a difference. It really makes a difference.
In Clean Nation, we all of a sudden got echo. Did you get that on here? Can you hear the echo all of a sudden?
A little bit, yeah.
All right. Now it's gone. I don't. With this Be Live, we use something called BeLive.tv, and it is just, I don't know if it's the best or not. We might be switching, but we'll still be here. Either way, the big thing I wanted to point out to Cleaning Nation is as you scale, those core values are really important. Like Mary's saying, when she's cleaning 1 million square feet every freaking night, it is so easy to get who she is and what she's about, what she wants the company to stand for, just to be absolutely diluted throughout all those people, and all the bigger you get, the easier it is to dilute. And when you can distill it down into 8 or 10 words like you've got that are powerful, that are going to do two things. One, attract the right people. So once, like you said on Indeed, because your people are active and give feedback about what a great community you have, and the core values, you're not kind of slugging it out over money. Well, this guy will pay me $12.15 an hour, and can you pay me $12.50? There's none of that. It's like, this is the only place I want to work. I want to be a part of something special. I want to be a part of a community. I want another crappy $12 an hour job I can get anywhere. And then when something goes wrong and they've had a bad day and they might be tempted to no call, no show, or do something flaky, they're like, this is an important job. It was hard to get. These people care about me. We share values. And just like you said, the turnover, you said you've seen a big difference in that as well, correct? Which isn't surprising.
Yeah, my turnover right now is down to 15%. So
in the cleaning business, yes. That's what it should be for a regular office job. And she said 15%, people, and you've got dozens and dozens of employees. So that's impressive. That's so you. All right, I'm actually going to let kind of Mary finish this out. But Alan says, I've been listening to the podcast, watching your YouTube channel, and now Facebook. How can I join your Grow for Profit class? I have no Grow for Profit class. We do have the Clean Profit method. We only accept a very limited number of people every month. The way we do that is I get on the phone and talk with you and really just get to understand where you're at, where you want to be. And if I think I can help you get there, I'll absolutely tell you how. If not, we'll still try and come up with a plan. You can do that at growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. As of now, I still do all these calls on my own to the degree that I can. We have typically way more people that want into those, and we have slots to do it. So if that's something, if you're really, really committed to growing your company, go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. I think Natalie will maybe put it in the chat if she can. If not, I'll try and put it in. And that's how you would get that. But there is nowhere online you can sign up for the Clean Profit method, in that we really just are selective about who we work with and want to make sure we get massive results for them. So go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk if you want to have me walk you through my best effort at helping you hit your goals. All right, enough of that. Mary, I'm going to let you sum it all up. Give me the best, the worst, any feedback you've got, whatever value you can give to Cleaning Nation in the next 60 seconds. You go, sister.
I'm just going to say, just keep being you. I mean, you gotta, that's a lot of work. Don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to think out of the box. Don't be afraid to try something new. Yeah, talk to Mike. I mean, he really is very inspiring, encouraging. He has a lot of knowledge. I did really take a lot out of, being part of Clean Profit Method. I love the community. Still in contact with some of the elites that were, that we kind of transitioned out and we're in the alumni group. It's a lot of fun to see others growing and just out there kicking butt, taking names. We're all from, different backgrounds. We're residential, we're commercial cleaners, we're, doing medical spaces. We all find your niche, stick to it. Don't be trying to make everybody happy. Don't just take any account that comes by. Really focus on, what you do well and do that. There's plenty of work out there for us all. And just make sure that you're taking accounts that fit what you do the best. I don't know. I don't take anything out of professional office space. I'm not interested in doing that. I do office space really well, and that's what we do. So I don't know if that is
So
helpful.
funny. You're actually doing the work and actually picking a niche and serving one person. And, that was great. That was really excellent. If I could say it better, I would, but I can't. So I'm just going to end this thing. TK Smith says, no commies. Couldn't agree more. We're very capitalistic here at Clean Nation. If you're a commie, do not click on my link. I don't want to talk to you. And apparently I have a fan, Mary. TK's Thomas and Kristen, who are the best. They came to one of our live events. I miss you guys. Best case study they've heard in a while. And this is a very discerning palate, Mary. So whatever you're doing, you are scratching where they itch. You guys are awesome. Thanks for joining. If you can inspire Jason Johnson, he's half a Canadian way up there in Alaska. So, you guys are on the Clean Profit Method. Yeah, you guys know each other. All right. So I don't have to introduce you. You know him. He knows you. All right. Clean Nation, you guys are the best. We'll be back soon. Hopefully you got some value. Feel free to comment, reach out to us. You're awesome. Have a great afternoon. We'll talk soon. Thanks for tuning in to today's show. If you're fired up, ready to grow, and want to see if you have what it takes to work with us at Grow My Cleaning Company, here's what I want you to do right now. Go to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk. That's growmycleaningcompany.com/talk to book an appointment to speak with me personally. I'm going to jump on the phone with you to get you crystal clear on where you are now, where you want to be, and how to get you there. Don't walk around in the dark any longer. If you are serious about growing your cleaning company, it's time to finally get the systems in place that you need to grow. We've helped hundreds of owners of cleaning companies not only grow their business and their personal freedom, but give back to their community as well. If that's what you're looking for, head over to growmycleaningcompany.com/talk and book a time to talk with me personally. I can't wait to get to know you and your business.